In June 1950, the United States answered the call to defend democracy across the globe by joining the Republic of Korea in its fight against an invasion from the communist regime in North Korea. During the war, nearly 1.8 million Americans served in Korea. These soldiers and their allies faced enormous challenges during the war. They were often outnumbered by the enemy and were subject to extreme climates while fighting in the mountains and valleys and rocky terrain. More than 33,000 of those Americans were killed in action, with thousands being held in brutal captivity and thousands more remaining unaccounted for. After 3 years of combat across the Korean Peninsula, an armistice was signed on July 27, 1953, ending hostilities and creating a demilitarized zone. Here, at Arlington National Cemetery, there are many monuments dedicated to the service members and their units who fought bravely during the Korean War, as well as the graves of Medal of Honor recipients and notable individuals who shaped the course of the conflict. The Korean War Memorial Contemplative Bench is dedicated to those who were killed or missing in action, as well as those unaccounted prisoners of war from the conflict. It is located in Section 48, near the Memorial Amphitheater, next to 2 trees donated by the Republic of Korea. The Boren-Quiniers Memorial Tree and Plaque, located in Section 21, honors the Korean War service of the U.S. Army's 65th Infantry Regiment, which consisted almost entirely of soldiers from Puerto Rico. The unit is credited with over 15,000 enemy killed in action and over 2,000 enemy prisoners of war, while suffering 1,510 battlefield casualties. 2 other memorial trees at ANC are dedicated to Korean War veterans: the ex-POWs of the Korean War Memorial Tree, located in Section 2, and the African American Korean War Veterans Memorial Tree, located in Section 21. There are 28 Medal of Honor recipients from the Korean War buried at Arlington. 22 of these service members died during the conflict, including the Korean War Unknown, buried at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Arlington National Cemetery is the final resting place of several notable generals who shaped the course of the war. General Omar Bradley, buried in Section 30, was the first chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff and oversaw the U.S. strategy in the Korean War. Admiral Arthur Radford, buried in Section 30, served as Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. Pacific Fleet during the Korean War. General Walton Walker, buried in Section 34, served as commander of the U.S. 8th Army at the start of the war and was responsible for the initial defense from the North Korean invasion. General Matthew Ridgway, buried in Section 7, served as the next commander of the U.S. 8th Army and was later promoted to commander of the Allied forces in Asia in 1951. General James Van Fleet, buried in Section 7, served as commander of the U.S. 8th Army toward the end of the war and is credited with reorganizing the Republic of Korea Army. As we reflect on the impact of the Korean War, we remember all of the Americans who served during the conflict. May their service and their sacrifice never be forgotten.